kisser. Sophia, best girl. Waifu material. 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 Do I look like a cam girl to you? I need this for drugs. To enter my fortress of salt. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Artie of Artie's Corporate Fiction. Clearly, I tend to give you guys false information. I said I wasn't going to be streaming yesterday or today, but I streamed yesterday and I'm streaming again today. I mean, I can't help it. I mean, well, with the big news and all. So, I have actually been successful in being able to hide. Mandy, can you put yourself on mute real quick? Hey. I've been putting. I've been successful in not spoiling what transpired today. I actually almost spoiled it myself, but what's funny is I was in chat when the stream started, right? But then I left for about half an hour, and then I kind of lurked back in just to see what's going on, and the hearing still hadn't started yet. So I guess that was a sign that I was okay. So I have no idea what happened. I have no idea what transpired. And I'm not even going to look at chat just to make sure I avoid any sort of spoiler. So I'm not looking at chat right now. Chat's all the way on this side, and I'm keeping it there until the festivities begin. We're supposed to have Mr. Falcone himself to join us, but he's running a bit late. Hopefully he'll be coming in to join us later on. But the first thing I want to go ahead and do is I actually want to go ahead and refresh everybody's memory about Blandino's situation. The first thing I wanted to actually show for us today is I want to go back in time to the date of sentencing, right? And I want to do this to make sure that we know what happened. I'm sure, like I said, for all I know, they could have actually already highlighted this before, but I don't know that. But I wanted to show that first, just so everybody knows what Blandino was sentenced with and what he could be facing if he violated the terms of his probation. So the first thing we're going to do is take a look at that.
I think it's still apropos today. It's a sort of separate.
Oh, Mr. Bateman, you poor man. We're going to go skip.
Your family, your husband, and to you want. You propose what the law is. The state legislature passed permission from the.
This court does now sentence you as follows.
All right, there we go. All right. I'm having a Dale's Pale Ale this evening, so get your popcorn ready.
In addition to the administrative assessment, the DNA fee, and the collection fee, you'll be required to submit to genetic marker testing. As to count one, the court's going to sentence you to 12 to 120 months. Count two, 364 days in the Clark County Detention Center.
12 to 120 months, so that's 1 to 10 years for the first count.
To count one, it'll be suspended. You'll be placed on probation, not to exceed 3 years.
Suspended, but he was going to be suspended, but he was going to be on 3 years probation. And I think here are the terms of the probation.
With the following special conditions, you'll be subject to intensive supervision pursuant to NRS 1768.440 as deemed appropriate by parole and probation. You're to have no contact with the
I just got a message from Mr. Falcone. Sorry.
Victims in this matter, either directly or indirectly. You are not to file any documents unless they're consistent with the vexation litigant order. You're not to file any fugitive documents. So when you're represented by counsel, you're not permitted to file documents on your own. Your attorney is required to file those documents, so you'll be required to follow all court orders, undergo a mental health evaluation, and any counseling as deemed appropriate, and you'll be required
Hello.
to comply with all.
I can hear you guys. Hold on a second. Oh, now I can see. Oh, let's see why my camera's not setting up. Should be working. Come on, camera. Hold on, guys. I'll find out what's wrong. Are we live right now?
Yes, we are live. They had a
Oh,
chat.
sorry, dear viewers. Let
Yes.
me see if I can get my camera going. But I'll answer questions while I'm trying to figure this out. I think maybe my OBS has locked up my camera. That's probably what it is.
That's probably it. Yeah. You can hit the start virtual camera, and then you'd be able to share your camera that's live on OBS with us. That's what I'm doing right now, actually. That's why you can see my stream.
All right, I'm taking a look. Oh yeah. Okay, OBS virtual camera. All right, I know what to do just based on that.
Hey, for the record, these technical difficulties aren't my doing this time, okay? So leave me alone.
Yeah.
For once. Thanks, Taco, for the $2 super chat that says Artie's shirt screams, "I am taken and no longer trying." Wow. Thanks.
General conditions of parole and probation. Were there any other conditions that the state
Of course he's racist.
Was concerned about?
All right, I definitely have my virtual camera running. I might need to come back, guys. Let me figure this out.
Well, you still will need to physically, hit the share screen or turn on video or to turn on your camera. Oh, and also change the setting, the settings in Discord so that the video capture is the OBS virtual camera.
No contact.
Yeah, it is set to virtual.
Indirectly. Defendant has been already trying to indirectly contact Mr. Federico as he has filed a pro per civil suit against Mr. Federico in the federal court for
what?
this, for going to the police in this case, essentially.
That was filed in July
It's,
of this last year.
again, something that's totally inappropriate, and he's been using Mr. Federico's counsel to try to talk to Mr. Federico.
You know, it might not be a technical difficulty. It's saying you can't stream into this channel. It may be something else that's blocking me. I'm not sure why it's saying that.
Just another action by.
Well, are you trying to share a screen or turn on the video?
No, I'm just trying to turn on the camera.
We could see Mandy just fine. I don't know what's going on.
No contact with Mr. Federico at all. I mean, obviously, if they're in other litigation, he can have contact with his attorney only. He's not to have any contact with Mr. Federico. Anything else?
Further, we would ask that the term be fixed for 3 years. Because I just think that we're in a position right now where he's going to be up for discharge in 18 months. It's just going to be inadequate for any type of supervision over him. Further, we would
I think a fixed term would be appropriate. I can set it for a fixed term. I believe they will still submit.
Yes.
And so I'll make that determination at that time.
In addition to that, we would ask for a full financial disclosure of the defendant. I think that what has been called into question as far as his finances is his current living situation. He's relied heavily upon his caretaking of Ms. Pendergraft here in this case throughout to avoid any sort of incarceration or a prison sentence. The state does have concerns about that situation overall. He's indicated that he's being paid $500 a month by Ms. Pendergraft for his caretaking services, but obviously that's disclosed there. We just ask for a continuing financial disclosure in this case.
Okay, to his probation officer?
Please.
Okay, and that you make full financial disclosures to your probation officer as deemed appropriate.
Yeah, even when I preview on Discord, it
And then
actually does show my camera working. I think it's something specific to this stream that's for some reason not letting me. It almost seems like a permission issue.
You know what? I think that might be the reason why. Let me adjust the settings then.
I just want to make sure whether the general conditions have it or not, but I think it should be specifically stated as a full electronic search clause.
Oh, sure.
There we go.
That's
I'm
part
sorry,
of
I
the,
just.
Now you should be able to. Now it should work.
one of the general conditions of probation is that you'll be subject to search.
Boom, we're good.
There we go.
Your
Yay.
personal, your electronics.
And further,
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right.
shut up. Yes, it was my fault. Shut up. I hate you all.
have already been placed on Mr. Blandino as far as filing with the courts. We would ask that we continue with the same restrictions, time and place restrictions for Mr. Blandino for the courthouse. This courthouse, as well as the municipal court, that he not be permitted to enter these facilities.
Are we
Yes,
good then?
Yep, we're good. We're all good. Everybody can see you. Y'all can see me. Okay, so just to recap, the reason why I want to show, I'm showing the tail end of the July hearing, just to get everybody caught up on what his probation conditions were, as well as there's actually also some extra language in there that I wanted to highlight. But I was telling, before you joined in, I was telling everybody I successfully did not spoil anything as far as the hearing. I was there briefly for the live stream, but I ended up cutting out. So I literally have no clue what happened. It'll all be new for me once we get to the actual hearing. So, all right.
Facilities unless he actually has a case on calendar.
And that's appropriate. Court's gonna order that you not have any contact with the courts or go in the courts or the courtroom unless you're there on official business.
I can call
for
them up on the
yourself.
phone though, right?
No,
No.
unless you have official business.
No, that's what I'm saying. If I call up to initiate a case,
If you have
or to
official
get documents,
business,
or to get certified documents,
that would be official business.
okay?
So if you have
Well-
official business that's outside a case your attorney is representing you on,
I got one of
But you
those
wouldn't be able
remands
to do
because
it on
Kalia
this
Williams said
case.
official business,
Okay.
Judge, and
all right, so he
it
is
was in
not,
dispute.
you know what, if I were you, if you have a question, I'd ask your lawyer, because if you come back here on a revocation hearing, it's not gonna be good for you.
And that's the line I wanted to highlight there. That one line from the judge. You come back here in a revocation hearing, not gonna be good for you. All right. So that's the big big line I wanted to show. So now we're going to go to the main event. I see that you Alex, you I guess y'all uploaded the chopped and screwed version.
Yeah, the fixed version, better
Yeah.
sound. Yeah.
Right on. So let's go ahead and open
Your
that
Honor,
up,
you know me.
and then let me make sure I'm sharing it for you guys. There you go. Make it bigger for the audience. There we go.
Mr. Blandino, he is receiving messages and information and from God that, and this is basically just a document identifying him as an Israelite, not a member not an Israeli, an Israelite, and he's an ambassador or agent of Jesus. That's what this document shows. Nothing.
Okay. I don't know where this is going. Like I said, I'm coming here completely blind. I don't like where this is going.
More.
Oh god, that's actually the perfect teaser. I appreciate that.
Are you all ready? Is Mr.
Oh, and she's sitting on this. I honestly, okay, I want to say at first I'm actually surprised that she's actually sitting on this. I mean, given everything that's been going on, because I do know I was gonna show the filings, but I'm just gonna decide to skip it. I was gonna show the filings that he did that probably led up to the situation, and it was Judge Levitt who dismissed his appeal, noting that he did not get permission from the court to file his writ for habeas corpus in the first place.
versus Blandino, C341767, present in custody. This is on for a revocation hearing. Is there a probation officer on Blue Jeans?
That's the case, yeah, she's on there.
I got it.
Oh, you weren't asking me.
No, I wasn't asking. Okay, officer, will you state your name?
Specialist Duque.
Okay. Okay, you'll make your appearances.
Mike Dickerson on behalf of the state, Your Honor, bar number 13476.
Your Honor, Joseph Gerson, 13876 for Mr. Blandino, who is in custody to my right. Your Honor, might we approach very quickly?
All smiles, apparently.
Okay, Mr. Blandino, it's my understanding you want to represent yourself, but you obviously understand that I have revoked your pro per status in this case, correct?
Well, the pro se status, I object.
So you are
Okay.
not going to represent
Well,
yourself.
I wanted to be reinstated. You did it on the basis of
I
I being
am not going
disruptive.
to reinstate your
Well, I
ability to
object
represent
on
yourself.
record. I object.
So Mr. Gersten's going to represent you on the revocation
He can't
hearing.
be as effective as I am, Your Honor, with all due respect.
I'm sorry, what?
He can't be as effective as I can, with all
Okay,
due respect,
all
Judge.
right, you've made
He
your
doesn't know a lot of
record.
these facts. They're
Okay.
critical.
That's why you have to talk to your lawyer.
I have
So
talked
how
to
is
him.
the state going to proceed?
So, Your Honor, today in front of you, you have the state's motion to impose a prison sentence, which is based upon Mr. Blandino's failure and refusal to sign the probation agreement that goes along with him accepting probation. And then,
Oh.
in addition to that, after that was filed, Mr. Blandino
Wait, so okay, so that's actually new information. He never actually even signed the probation agreement. Wow. All right.
Yeah, there's two bases. There's one is for the new charges, and then one is for not signing that. There were actually two hearings coming up separately that they consolidated to today.
Ah,
That's what that was. Yeah.
okay. So I think I think I've heard of these new charges, but I did not hear that he never even bothered to sign the probation.
picked up a probation violation, which he's in custody for. So I think that first, we should probably get started with the state's motion, as it has issues that are material as to Mr. Blandino's probation to begin with, and then we can move on to the probation revocation hearing.
And if I could, Your Honor, again, the motion that we're here for today is the motion to impose a prison sentence. It was filed on September 12th, Your Honor. I believe the original hearing was for sometime next week. It ended up as one of the Jewish holidays. Somehow it got actually moved forward to today. The problem with that is it has not even been 10 days since that motion was filed. I believe under the criminal rules of practice, and I think it's Rule 8, we're entitled to file a written opposition
Sure.
in the 10 days.
If you want an opportunity to file a written opposition, obviously I'm gonna.
Oh, and that's just it, Your Honor. I don't think we can go forward without his opportunity to at least file a written opposition to this. So that's what I would ask for. I believe under the rules that we're entitled to it, so.
Okay, because they kind of seem like they're gonna kind of go together now.
And I
Because the
do,
refusal to sign the probation agreement, and then, apparently he was arrested during a traffic,
that's right.
stop.
Right, yeah, he was arrested during a traffic stop. It had no driver's license, indicated that he had an international driver's license, reached for a document to grab it. That document turns out to be a false Israeli diplomatic passport.
Oh no. Oh God. He said he wasn't gonna do it. He said he wasn't gonna be one, and here he is. Oh, he went full Sovcit. Oh God. Oh man.
Well, again, Your Honor,
I
until,
understand.
I don't want to get into too much of the facts, because these will be hotly contested.
Right,
but-
their allegations.
The one thing is, I do believe that under the rules, there's 7 days to file an opposition to this. This isn't a writ petition, which would be 10 judicial days. We have 7 judicial days, which I believe, counting from the date after the filing of the state's motion, would have been yesterday.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give them an
Yeah,
opportunity
no opposition to
to
that.
file
Thank you, Your Honor.
a
Thank you.
written response. And so,
For those who are probably asking the questions like they've never heard of this, I've never heard of this either. I have heard of sovereign citizens using an international driver's license. I haven't heard of this thing about being an Israel, well, other than the Hebrew Israelites. That's more of an African American like sect thing. This to me sounds like he's gone with a heavy religious bent of sovereign citizen, where it's very steeped in Christian and hyper religious justifications. So that's what it sounds like to me. Thank you, Josh, for the $5.
how much time do you think you're gonna need?
Your Honor, to be really honest with you, next week is Rosh Hashanah, the week after that is Yom Kippur. He's incarcerated, so I'm gonna have to get down there to speak with him. So really, as much time as you can reasonably give us, we would take.
A week? 2 weeks?
Yeah, we've got 2 weeks of Jewish holidays.
But isn't it Tuesday and then,
It's Monday and Tuesday, and then
Okay.
it'll be the Tuesday night, Wednesday of the next week. So I don't know what your schedule is. You know, obviously, I guess I would say, we are on for a hearing on October 6th. And I'm not sure what that is for.
maybe that's when the motion got calendared, but I'll have to clerk check.
If I can
But
tell.
I mean, you understand your client's gonna remain in custody.
Your Honor, I mean, we understand, I think he understands that, you know.
I don't think Blandino understands that.
I believe October 6th was when the motion was that Mr. Ripking's office had reached out to the court to get the hearing moved based
Was that
on
what
its
it was?
scheduling, and that's why it was moved to this date.
Okay,
Yeah, it was then I guess it was like October 6th, then it was moved to Rosh Hashanah, and then it was moved to today. So there was that
okay.
better. So as I said, Your Honor, whatever time you'll give me, we would appreciate. I just don't know what your,
Well, if October 6th is amenable,
that would be fine.
That's fine.
continued
Your
revocation.
Your Honor, court's indulgence, my client is signaling me. I just wanna.
I would just note that I have 3 witnesses under subpoena in the courtroom today, so they are present.
Who do you subpoena, the traffic officers?
Yeah, so these are 2 patrol officers, Officer Neeson and Officer Martinez are here, as well as Detective Meade.
Okay.
Shut up, Omega.
So it's October 6th?
I apologize, Your Honor. I'm now looking at the schedule. That was the original date, and we asked to move that because it was, you know, if we could get maybe the next Tuesday, that would be.
Your Honor, I think that October 6th is going to pose some problems for the
Okay.
witnesses.
Yeah, that's what we're finding, yeah.
Looking at the next week,
We're gonna do October 13th at 8:30 for the state's motion and revocation hearing.
is October 13th?
So I think it's good for 2 of our witnesses. One is going to be unavailable. open to taking testimony today, or however you're on.
And can that person appear via Blue Jeans?
No,
This is a special student.
gonna be totally unavailable, Your Honor.
Wait, when is your witness available?
I'm available the 3rd.
It's an officer, but we're.
Okay.
We're talking.
Can we approach, Your Honor?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
We're not there yet. You gotta listen to me. We're just figuring out the date for the argument that can go forward. We're figuring out the date to come back.
25th should be fine. We'll be down one witness, but I think that we can make it work.
All right, so we'll set it for hearing.
It'll be October 25th at 8:30 for state's motion as well as revocation hearing.
Martinez, the female.
Okay, and then counsel, you just make sure you file, you're responsible for that hearing date.
And I apologize, was it 10:25 we
Yes.
decided?
Uh-huh,
Okay, thank you. Your Honor, if I may,
sure.
my client, he wants me to argue vociferously that he should be released. This is a simple traffic matter, you know, he should be OR'd on this, he does not have failures to appear or anything of that nature. He obviously enjoys coming to be in front of you, so,
We oppose.
sorry?
State opposes.
Of course, but, you know, as you may recall, Your Honor, he is a caretaker for a woman, and she's a World War II vet, and she has no care right now, and he believes, I know Mr. Dickerson's gonna argue against this, but we have information otherwise that she is not doing well, and she needs him to, he's the 24/7 caregiver for her, so his time is really not helping her out. And again, as you may recall, this is a failure to possibly sign a revocation, the conditions and standards, and no license and no insurance.
Well, I'm most concerned about the impersonation allegation.
There was no, and I will say this, Your Honor, I don't believe there was any allegation of an impersonation.
Well, if you have paperwork that is for the purpose of identifying you as somebody that you're not.
And that's not the case, Your Honor. Mr. Dickerson will correct me, but the paperwork identifies him as him. It's not saying he's something different than what he is.
So,
I just read the police report, so I can only go by what the allegations are.
Of course, Your Honor, I know what I'm as.
Or not.
What did you say? Oh, I'm sorry. We're
Well, if
going back to what
you're,
she said about police report.
If you have paperwork that is for the purpose of identifying you as somebody that you're not.
And that's not the case, Your Honor. Mr. Dickerson will correct me, but the paperwork identifies him as him. It's not saying he's something different than what he is.
so,
I just read the police report, so I can only go by what the allegations are.
Of course, Your Honor, and what I'm trying to explain is, I can show you the photographs of these particular documents. They're, Your Honor, you know Mr. Blandino, he is receiving messages and information and from God that, and this is basically just a document identifying him as an Israelite, not a member, not an Israeli, an Israelite, and he's an ambassador or agent of Jesus. That's what this document shows, nothing more. So I would hate to have him stuck in jail for what is essentially a novelty document. He didn't present it to and Mr. Dickerson will correct me, my understanding is he did not present it to the officer saying, this is my actual identification. It was in his vehicle. And again, I'll be corrected if I'm wrong.
we're ready to have the hearing on this today, if you want to hear all the facts, Your Honor. So, the point of it is yeah, he had these two documents, entitled diplomatic passports and indicating driver's license, and that he did try to attempt to pass off as his driver's license, his international driver's license. He doesn't have a driver's license. And so it is creating a false status for himself. It's a false document doing so.
Well, Your Honor, I can come back and say, if you look at the section that talks about a driver's license, he quotes the Bible. he believes there are biblical verses that allow him to drive. But at no time am I aware.
That's fine, we don't all, the rest of us don't subscribe to that. If you wanna live in the community with us, then you have to obey the laws as identified by Clark County and the
And
state
again,
of
Your Honor,
Nevada.
100%, and we'll have to deal with the fact that he didn't have a driver's license or insurance, understood. My question really is, does he really need to sit in jail for the next 3 weeks because of that? That's all I'm asking, and that's what he's asking for, is to be released, he'll come back, we'll deal with it all at that time, he'll be able to take care of the woman he's taking care of, and again, there's no allegations that he's a danger to the community, there's no allegations that he's gonna run, there's none of that. So I'm just asking if he could be released until the hearing, and we'll come in and deal with the hearing, and if something comes from that, we'll move on.
Okay.
So as to, number one is to Ms. Pendergraft, we've initiated a welfare check on her, everything was fine. It's also based upon the information that we've received, apparent that Zach Blandino, Mr. Blandino's son, has been checking in on her, as well as the neighbors. So at this point in time, you know, we'll take any efforts that we need to ensure that she is safe and conduct welfare checks on her and send any resources.
Look, we'll happily expend state resources to keep Blandino in jail. All right, we'll do what we can. That's basically what Dickerson is saying there.
Or medical or way if that's necessary. At this point in time, it's not necessary at all. It appears that she is being looked after by her neighbors as well as Zach Blandino. In addition to that, I think that Mr. Blandino is a danger to the community, and he has shown that he has outright refused to follow this court's orders throughout the history of this case, and including his own probation. He wouldn't even sign the probation agreement. He should not even be allowed to be on the streets right now on probation because he has not accepted this court's grant of probation. So with that, I think that the only place for him to be is currently in custody.
Anything else?
Your Honor, Your Honor, thank you for your indulgence.
She said she's fine. He's hardcore. Cut that.
But we're not getting into the testing. Yes,
Based on my rejection.
yes, I got that, yeah.
Anything else, Mr.
Just 2 points, Your Honor. Mr. Zachary Chandler, sorry. Forget your last name? Lindler. Mr. Zachary Lindler, the son, is here. He has told me that this EV person is actually not doing well. I don't want to get into I don't want to litigate that, but and Mr. Blandino, he just wants the court to understand when he didn't sign the probation documents, when he didn't sign the probation documents, it's only because he didn't understand. Your Honor wrote at one point, no courts. And he didn't know if that meant this court, the Supreme Court, because the standard was, the condition was no courts. So that's just an example. He didn't sign, Eric Chandler, his probation officer, signed below accepting and approving it. So he didn't think that was an issue. Now, again, I don't want to get into this back and forth with Mr. Dickerson because that will come out at a later time, but Mr. Blandino wants me to make this aware to you that this was not a thumbing his nose to the court. He didn't understand some of the conditions. We were getting ready to file a motion for an amended judgment of conviction just to explain things because there were certain things he didn't understand.
Okay, so I don't know if they're going to continue on, but I want to continue to talk about it, but I want to pause and say, like, so far, I haven't really been hearing anything with regards to his actual filings that I was able to discern. So far, the basis for this revocation is, as Alex, you mentioned, or as they mentioned, was failure to sign the probation agreement and this traffic incident, which I didn't know of as well. I thought that the traffic thing was going to be talked about, as well as his habeas filing that he didn't get permission to. So that's actually the one thing that kind of I'm curious about.
That's why
if you're going to mention it at
so
all.
it's not, again, he's not thumbing his nose. That's all we have here. Again, Your Honor, we would just ask that he be released to come back and fight this. He has the opportunity to be out on the outside. We can put together whatever his defense is, and we can go from there. And with that, I will submit.
And based upon Mr. Gerstein's representations right now, after court today, we will be contacting adult social services to go and check on this vendor.
All right, thank you very much for being here today and your arguments. And at this time, the court's going to deny the request for an OR. And we'll see you back in the 25th. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court is adjourned.
All right, is that it? Yeah, looks like that's it. So, yeah, as I mentioned, I'm actually surprised that they didn't mention the filings. So, Alex, can you give us a statement on what's happening next?
Yeah, so this hearing has been moved. I haven't memorized the date. I can actually pull it up. It's October sometime. And then that's for the revocation, and also the I guess there's a dispute over the not signing the probation paperwork. And then there's a separate court that's taking care of the actual traffic charges that you heard about, and the felony charge over the Israelite passport. And that's in front of Justice of the Peace Joe Cicento. He granted my media request, so I'm approved to cover that comprehensively. The first hearing's on the 28th, and that's the first Justice Court hearing with Kim Blandino that the audience will get to see.
Sounds great. Yep. To recap, guys, she denied his request for OR. Basically, he's going to be sitting in jail until the next hearing date at the very least, which is October 25th.
Right.
What it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it here. October 25th at 8:30 for Levitt, and then September 28th at 8:30 for Cicento.
So is Cicento for the traffic?
He's dealing with the misdemeanors, and he can bind over what we do in Nevada for that felony Israelite passport. And if that binds over, it'll go to probably a different district court judge. It probably won't be Levitt.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
I would expect it wouldn't be Levitt because of their history. I think it probably would be in everybody's best interest if she handed the case off to somebody else. Then again, given Blandino's penchant for disqualifying everybody under the sun, I don't know if she'll be able to do that. I mean, that was probably one of the key problems that we had with this guy in the first place.
Yeah, the Supreme Court of Nevada does not. They have cases that they publish that talk about the duty to preside over cases, and I have seen judges recuse themselves only for the Supreme Court of Nevada to say nope and put them back on it. So it's not that easy for a judge here. I mean, it depends if it gets challenged or not, I guess, because there's other cases. There's 2 other cases we're covering where the case ping pongs between like 8 different judges, and scratching your head at why this is happening. So, yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's what we got, right? I mean, that's a big thing, but I wanted to really highlight it because the ongoing Kim Blandino saga continues forthwith. I know it's what put you guys on the map. Actually, on that note, how is before we wrap up, I want actually kind of curious, how is the rule challenge going? Where are you guys on at in that endeavor?
It's going well. There's 3 different cases. So 2 of the cases are managed by 3 lawyers that are representing me for free. 2 of them with the ACLU, which is dealing with the public access issue on the rules you mentioned. And then 1 of them by an attorney named Luke Busby, which is dealing with the camera access rules. And then the 3rd case is the Review Journal, and they're confronting the underlying statutes, which is I think that's important too. So they're pretty much everything's on the table between the 3 cases. And then on my 2, they've ordered responses. So they've also invited amici. I don't know if you want to explain to your audience what that is, but they've invited 3 different friends of the court to participate. And on the RJ's case, I don't know if they've directed a response yet, but I anticipate that they probably will, which is it's a crucial step in Nevada for writ petitions because most of them they're not even considered. They're just declined outright.
Right. Sounds
So,
good. Yeah, keep us posted for sure. Again, guys, if you haven't already subscribed to Our Nevada Judges, please do so. And they do a lot of good work. They do a lot of it's a public service that they're providing this level of transparency we have in the courts. I mean, if there's one thing, if there's one positive that we can take from the pandemic, is the explosion of YouTube channels that showcase judicial hearings and judicial just outreach with the court. And I think that's something the public loves to see, and I think the public ought to see more. And I think honestly, I think it actually does help subvert or counteract some potential sovereign citizen ideology, because there always is that sort of like the mysterious shroud, because the average person doesn't go to the court. You know, you may find yourself in a courthouse maybe a handful of times in your entire life, for the average person who's, law abiding. You might therefore be there for traffic. You might be there for, simple litigation. Very rarely or jury duty for that matter. Very rarely are you going to be there on a regular basis. So you very rarely get to see what actually goes on in the courts. And obviously outside of a TV show, and obviously that's not the case. But I think having a service like you guys and having a lot of these other courts around the country put these channels together and and showcase what goes on, I think it helps bridge that. Well, I think what you mentioned, that I think what you alluded to, bridging that gap between the judiciary and the public, and I think it's a positive thing.
Yeah. It's a very positive thing, and I love how you mentioned the average person, because otherwise it's just they're going in for their personal experience, the types of cases that typically traffic in family court. But with electronic coverage, the average person's able to observe other people's cases, and I think they get a better opinion when it's not their own personal case. And
well, yeah, that's a good. That's a good. I also forgot to mention that. That's a good point, because the vast majority of people who are going to the court, they don't want to be there. It's usually for something that's negative towards them, other than an adoption hearing or adoption thing, or getting married, what have you. It's not really a fun thing for people to do, to be in court, because most of the time they're taking time out of their day. It's for potential fines, or they're being sued, or they're suing somebody and it's already costing them money. It's usually a negative time when they have to go into court. So I think being that third party, being the outside observer, at least allows them to see the court and its functions without that tint of personal was it called? I don't know.
The personal bias, or the
personal bias,
impression.
The
emotion gets in there. The emotion gets in there, and oftentimes they'll just decide that they approve or disapprove based on whether they win or lose their own personal case.
Exactly.
Which isn't too helpful. And you guys in the LawTube community are doing a lot to make it easier for me and others like me, because it kind of dispels the myth that the only people who are on YouTube are just there to point and laugh and make fun of people. I had a recent objection to camera access saying that I was just trying to humiliate the participants. But you bring a certain professionalism to this practice, which is appreciated, and I think it helps a lot.
I mean, I'm not going to deny that sometimes I do kind of point and laugh, but I do also. I'm not going to sit here and lie. All right, yeah. I'm going to be honest. But I do also enjoy kind of the whole Kim Blandino saga thing. While it was funny, I also did my best to at least put together a picture of what's going on in the case. So you can have both. You can have a bit of both. But you
can have a bit of both. Yeah. So it's true. You can.
Yeah. But, so I think that's a benefit from LawTube. So.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's getting huge. I remember when it was just, I can only think of 3, Natalie, Mike, and you. And now I can't keep track of all of you. Ever since the Johnny Depp trial, there's like 20 or 25, 30 channels. There's so many. So
Yeah, everybody. Well, see, I wanted to go against the grain with the whole Amber Heard death because everybody and their mother turned into a goddamn armchair attorney during that thing because everybody was eating it up, and I'm like, I I I had a day job, okay? I couldn't sit and watch the 6 hour hearings in the middle of the day. I had things to
yeah,
do, and the last thing I wanted to do is sit through another 6 hours. Anyway, but yeah, that really exploded a lot of people's growth by covering that. But
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
no, Omega, this is not my day job. All right. Or else I would have been live streaming the Kim Blandino thing as it happened, like Mike did. All right. Thanks, Joshua Lee.
Yeah.
So, okay, I don't want to keep you. I think actually there are actually a couple of other videos that I'm gonna do. So, Mandy, what I'm gonna ask you to do is cut off this part of the stream when it ends and make it into its own video, and then we're gonna do something else because I want to keep this within the Blandino topic. But thanks, Alex, for coming on.
Have a minute. There's a couple of good questions in the chat if you have just a minute.
For who?
For
Alex?
both of you. Yeah, they want to know what is the document that's on the screen right now.
Oh, this is I didn't even realize it was being showcased. This is Blandino's filing that he did
Yeah, it's an emergency.
his emergency
notice.
petition that he yeah, it was an emergency writ for habeas, I think. Yeah. Oh,
And
excuse me.
Nancy Marcho asked why didn't he sign his probation agreement at the time of sentencing? Wouldn't that be something he would have had to do?
I don't think they do that here. I think they do it separately with there's a Department of Parole and Probation, and they do that in front of the Department of Parole and Probation. And there have been issues with that, mainly up in the north. I published videos where the PMP chief got ordered to show cause by 2 or 3 different districts, but they were all up north, northern Nevada.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. Is that it? Manny?
Yes, that's all that I've seen. Yes.
All right, guys. I'm gonna take a brief break. Thank you again, Alex. If you want to stick around, I'm probably gonna. There's actually a couple of courthouse videos that I saw today. One of them was pretty spicy that I was gonna see before wrapping it up. But if you don't want want to stick around, but I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna take a 2-minute break, and then and this will be the signal for the cutoff, Mandy, and then we're gonna continue on. All right, be right back, guys. Mad that took him out of the perch. There you go. You guys get your kitty. You guys get your kitty of the day. He's so mad right now. Nya. Okay. All right. Let's close this out, and then I got the video. Where's the it's from the venerable old squishy gardener that he posted earlier today. Shout out to him for this. Make sure it's up for you guys. That was Winston, if you didn't know. Dios mío. There we go. And then make sure that you can see him anyway. So you can follow along with us. What? Why is it? What the hell?
That was weird.
Why is it not playing right?
Yeah.
We're getting the phone.
Oh, there we go. Oh, that's right. It does start out like this. Never mind.
Defendant, are you here?
Yes, I'm there, sir. Yes, sir.
No, you're the plaintiff.
Sorry,
You're
I
listed.
I forgot to unmute it. I forgot to unmute it. I'm sorry.
Yes, it's Lauren,
What is your name?
Kelar,
Didn't hear.
and Brett Marshall.
Lauren Kellerman?
No, Kelmar, Kelm as in Mary, AR.
Yeah, it was just spelled wrong.
Oh, so this is completely spelled wrong.
Yes.
Who's this other person?
Well, we both are on the lease, but
Thank you, 90s Nostalgia, for the $10 super chat. I was at jury duty for one day. Our group was dismissed before trial started. I was once called before that, but since I was currently listed, I was excused before forget that.
eviction notice was sent to her.
All right, so look, I would be advising you of your right to an attorney and all that, and you still can go to legal services if you want, but not the same situation as Mr. Rayan indicated. That's King Property LLC that owns this property, not him as an individual. He's not the proper party. I'm going to dismiss it for the reasons that I stated on the Alicia Reed case number.
So what it sounds like, it's a lease or rent dispute. It sounds like, and the judge and the two individuals at the bottom left are the defendants, and the individual at the top is the plaintiff. But apparently, because the issue is with the plaintiff's company and not the plaintiff himself, it was an improper filing, so the judge just dismissed the case against the two people at the bottom left. Yeah. Oh, god damn it. Ah, the comedic timing's lost now.
22G5315LT. Okay? It's dismissed without prejudice. You can refile.
Okay, I would just like to say, is Magic still connected?
Yes.
Okay, hey Magic, we'll work this out because we really do want to work this out.
Yeah, we still,
we still don't want.
If you guys, you guys can talk on the phone, okay? Because I've got to deal with all these other folks on Zoom. Okay?
Bye.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Fucking asshole.
Oh, hang on here. Hang on here. Whoa, whoa, don't disconnect.
Judge,
No.
they already disconnected.
Well, guess what? We're going to call them back.
That's not it. That's not it. I am
calling him back. Calling him back. We're calling him back.
I don't have a way to call him back
Oh, we got a
unless the
phone.
plaintiff
Yeah.
has their phone number.
We're going to get a phone number.
Sir.
We're getting a phone number.
Yes, sir. I'm not there. Sir.
27248.
Judge, I don't even think that plaintiff knows what is going on. He's there with his hand raised, trying to talk to you.
What's going on, Mr. Rayon?
I'm not the one I say anything, my friend. I really respect you a lot, and I have nothing to do with this.
No, I know what. Hey, Mr. Rayon, I know it wasn't you. It was Brett Marshall. Brett Marshall is
get
who
that. I want to hear that.
Yeah.
So it sounds like he's trying to call them back.
So I should zoom out?
Okay, from here on out, I have no idea what's about to happen. I basically stopped the moment the guy said, so the fucking asshole, like, oh, this is gonna be good. So I just stopped, so I didn't spoil the rest of it for myself. So I have no idea what's about to happen.
No, just stay. You can stay on the line.
We're still on record, Judge.
You're goddamn right, we're still on record.
Hello.
Is this Mr. Marshall?
Yes, this is
Mr. Marshall, this is Judge Herman Marable.
Yes.
I'm going to hold you in contempt of court.
I was not talking to you.
It doesn't matter. You said it on my record. It was heard. It was recorded.
I wasn't talking to you.
I'm holding you in contempt of court.
Really?
Yes, I am.
Really? Oh my god, this is great. This is great.
Yes, I am. You're on a Zoom call. If you really should just assume that the mic is hot until you disconnect.
First rule of radio, first rule of live streaming, first rule of live television, always assume the mic is hot.
But no, you were showing your utter disrespect and disregard for the process before you disconnected. I'm holding you in contempt of court.
I thought I had hung up already.
I don't care. You didn't. You messed up. You messed up. You're being held in contempt of court.
Okay, so what does that mean then?
Well, I tell you.
The fucking. Well, let's see here.
What it means.
What's that?
I've decided, and that's the funny thing about it, Mr. Marshall. Your case got dismissed.
I know, right?
You won, so to speak. You don't even know how to close your mouth and leave the stage. You won. I don't care. Listen, you had won by not doing anything. All you had to do was to just leave, disconnect, and then once you disconnected, you could say whatever you wanted in the privacy of your home.
And also, I know you said that you have other corporate things going on there too, and the only thing is I just wanted to let our landlord know that we are still.
You're missing the point. Your comments were directed towards me.
Yep.
No,
This isn't about you talking to Mr. Rayon at some other point, or whether or not you could talk then. Your comments were directed at the court. And basically your comments were disruptive to the court and the court process, and I'm going to hold you in contempt. It's that simple. So Mr. Marshall?
Yeah.
Mr. Marshall, do you have anything to say before I decide what I'm going to do in terms of?
That is what he's telling him is what's also called the right of allocution. But in other words, it's your opportunity to put some kind of defense, apologize, explain yourself before the judge hands over the sentence on the contempt.
Of the contempt?
Sir?
Ma'am, it wasn't your comment, ma'am. I'm just saying.
It's my fault, though.
How is it your fault? How is it your fault?
Yes, Your Honor. No, you can hear me. Yeah.
Do you have anything that you want to say?
Like I said, I apologize. I did not realize that the mic was still on, and that I was just, like I said, the last comment I made was that I just wanted to, ensure that my landlord, that we were going to.
Why does that make me what you called me, sir?
It was not intended towards you. It was that my cat that jumped up.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
sir. No cat
what?
jumped on.
At the cat? He's blaming the cat.
You gonna lie and make it worse? You gonna lie and make it worse? Your cat didn't jump on.
Judge,
Sorry. I meant to.
did you hear that?
What?
I was walking away. I'm sorry, I didn't do that.
Ma'am, you're not helping. The judge is not speaking to you.
All right, well, either way, if you don't want to, I guess, the only thing I could say is that I apologize to the court, that they heard my comment, and that I will not close or say any of that type of derogatory comments again.
What?
That's what she said.
Ma'am, you didn't say the cat jumped on his wiener, did you?
No, I was explaining that the cat jumped up on him.
Is that what you just said?
Jumped on his private area.
Well, I'm assuming he's wearing pants, right?
Said the cat jumped on his wiener.
You're wearing pants. He's wearing pants, right?
It's a kitten.
Oh, good heavens. That's not what. Well, ma'am, yeah. I think both of you got a lot to learn about Zoom etiquette.
I only wish you could see the other plaintiffs and defendants listening in on this fucking call.
Yeah.
Cat revenge, motherfucker.
Okay, Mr. Kelmar, I suppose everybody makes a mistake. I'm only gonna fine you $25, okay?
Okay, I apologize.
You gotta come down and pay it to the court. Let's see. Just to let you know, I could have gone from a fine of up to $7,500 and up to 93 days in jail.
Yeah, I understand the max penalties, right?
All right, and oh boy. I'm going to have you to pay that by today's Wednesday the 21st. Hey, I'll give you a whole week to pay it. All right, due by September.
Come downtown, right?
67th District Court, McCree Courthouse. Actually, I'm going to mail you the judgment for contempt. And we're going to mail it to the address. So you bring that with you and pay the $25, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Is that it?
Yes, that's it, Mr. Marshall.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead and disconnect.
You can disconnect.
I disconnected him, Your Honor.
Don't want any other incidents.
No, I didn't want any other incidents.
You never know what that cat's going to do, right?
Well, I never hang up the phone.
Oh man, that was great. All right, that was pretty wild, but I don't want to see that. I think I want to end it with real world police, because I feel like it's been a first time in a freaking minute that real world police found themselves a sovereign
American
citizen.
state national, you understand?
So yeah, real world police got themselves a sovereign citizen this time.
The difference between American state national.
I don't care whatever imaginary thing you believe in.
It's not imaginary.
That's fine, man.
It's not
whatever
imaginary.
American thing that says you don't have to follow the rules or whatever. That's cool, man.
It's our
Whatever.
sovereignty right that we don't have to abide by.
Hey, Bob, can you come to the library? There's a sovereign citizen that would like to speak with you.
Oxymoron.
It'll be a few minutes. I'm in CID in a meeting.
Okay, it's gonna be a few minutes. He's busy. What's this stuff? I'm liable for what?
I feel like I don't know what it says about me that I've watched so many real world police videos that I can tell the location of the body cam footage by their intro music. This is obviously from Las Cruces, New Mexico.
Hello. How is everybody doing?
I'm doing well.
What's going on?
I don't know. I was here. I was trying to conduct some business. I was trying to get some things printed up, and they ended up kicking me off of the computers that I had access to.
Okay.
And I just needed to print up 4 pieces of paper.
Okay.
And she's trying to tell me that I have to wear and demand me to wear a mask to use any facilities or anything in here.
You have to wear a mask. There's a governor's mandate, sir.
Okay, but that's not law.
Okay.
And did you or did you not swear an oath to the Constitution, or did you swear an oath to the
Can I
government?
ask you a question? So we can cut through all of this. Is this really worth it?
So already it does sound like the cop knows exactly what he's dealing with. So here we go.
To go through all of this for 4 pieces of paper when you can just put a face covering on?
Isn't it crazy that I'm being discriminated against and you're asking me?
Sir, I'm the wrong person to argue because I've lost 3 family members to COVID. So
Hey,
I'm not the right person to
I'm
argue.
sorry
about.
that you lost family members to COVID.
There's a way to handle this. You can just wear a face covering or you can leave, sir, and go somewhere else that doesn't require you to wear it. But this is a city building.
What are you don't have any stripes on your arm?
No, I'm a police officer, sir.
Okay, do you have a sergeant that I can speak with?
Sure. Let's go outside and you can speak to a sergeant. I'll call one for you because they don't want you in the building,
I'd
sir.
like to stand here and just wait for the...
No, sir. You need to wear a face covering or you need to leave. I'm not going to go through this whole thing that you can put on YouTube.
It has nothing to do with putting it on YouTube. This
Sir,
is actually me recording and documenting.
Can you please wear a face covering or can you leave? Because those are your 2 options. You can wear a face covering or you can leave.
Okay, would you trespass me?
Yes, I can, and I will. And I don't want to do that
Well,
because
actually, no,
it's 4
actually-
pieces of paper.
Well, actually, that's what I would like. I would like for you to trespass me so I can have the documents, so I can come in. And
Do you have your ID?
I don't ID unless I commit a crime.
Okay, well, you're trespassing. That's a crime.
That's not a crime.
It is.
No, it's a statutory
Why
violation.
do
It's not
we
a
need to
crime.
go down this route? Just wear a
Why-
face
why-
covering.
You keep saying that's a statutory violation, but there is such a thing as the common law trespass. trespass was a common law crime. It's not like it was invented. I mean, fuck. Trespassing is probably one of the oldest common law infractions on the books for like 1,000 years. Being on somebody else's property that you're not supposed to be on. That's been around for a very, very long time.
Why is it that whenever I talk about my rights, my constitutional rights, you want to
Sir, here's your.
to step over?
I'm gonna give you an opportunity, okay? Because your constitutional rights and your argument standing right here is actually gonna get you in handcuffs and arrested. So here's your options.
Put in jail?
I will take you to jail if you'd like.
You'll take me to jail if I like.
Yes. Or you can just wear a face covering
You
or
understand
leave.
that I'm American state national?
I don't, sir.
So
whatever imaginary thing that you think
The cop is having none of it. I appreciate
that
it.
you don't have to follow laws, that's your prerogative.
Mandatory, governor signing something mandatory is not law.
So are you going to wear a face covering or not,
The
sir?
Constitution states.
Sir, are you going to put on a face covering or not?
You know what? How about if I step outside and I'll wait for your sergeant to get here? So
Let's
we can
go.
clear this up?
Let's head right outside. Absolutely.
Yes, let's do this. Because now I'm leaving because I was threatening.
Okay.
You were going to arrest me.
Yeah, I will. If you refuse to leave, I will arrest you. There's no threat. That's going to happen.
And the trespass was because what?
Because you're not wearing a face covering.
And that's a criminal offense?
They can ask you to leave or refuse service to you,
That's
sir.
a criminal offense.
The criminal offense is that they've asked you to leave if you refuse to.
Which is how most of the southern states have enforced it. Though technically, I believe I was able to do some research, and there were during the Spanish flu pandemic, I think at least New York City and Philadelphia did have actual ordinances in place where you could be actually fined for specifically for not wearing a mask. But now in the current era, you have to they can't fine you for not wearing a mask, but you can be trespassed, and that's where the enforcement would happen.
To do so, that's trespass.
How can they criminally trespass when I'm not a criminal? When I haven't committed no crime? I know my rights. Let me get my phone. You are saying that we can't come back here because we're criminals. Is that what this is?
Do so, that's trespassing.
Criminal would mean that I would actually.
And that's fine. That's, you can.
So your definition.
You know what?
is
I'm wrong.
whatever.
You know everything. I don't know anything. Let's go
No, of
outside.
course not.
Okay.
Sounds like somebody needs to be schooled a little bit.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, I'm glad that you picked a library to have this argument.
You know what's funny is that it's a public place.
Okay.
I'm walking in public.
That's fine.
Okay,
You're
can
right.
you call your sergeant?
Yeah, let's go outside and I'll call him.
Go and call him. I'd like to hear.
I'm not going to argue semantics. Let's go outside. Okay.
There you go. So,
You want him trespass?
But also, I did also get some additional information by going to the Mutter Museum in Philadelphia with my girlfriend Danny, because she wanted me to see bodies, and they had a specific section on the Spanish flu pandemic from back in the day. So I want to clarify that.
Or he can't come back? Okay, so you're going to need to provide your ID, sir, because I'm going to fill out a trespassing.
I'll give you my name.
Okay, that's fine.
Stephen McNulty.
Steven, you're going to have to spell that last name for me.
McNulty. M-A-C-K-M-I-L-L-E-R.
There you go.
And I'd also like for you to get the names of these individuals that ended up calling.
Do you spell Steven with a V or a PH?
V.
What's your birthday, sir?
I don't need a birthday.
Okay, I'm going to give you another opportunity to think this over. Because right now what's happening, you're being trespassed from this building. In order for me to issue you a trespass card, you have to identify yourself by your name and date of birth, or your social security number, or your ID.
I told you my name.
I need your date of birth as well, sir. Okay. Were you born here in New Mexico?
I don't answer any more questions.
Okay. All right, sir. So what's going to happen is you're going to be trespassed from this building.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
You're not allowed to come back, including the parking lot. So when we conclude here, you're going to have to leave.
Oh, of course.
Okay?
But I want that ticket. I want that trespass.
Okay, you're not going to get the trespass card. They are, because you're being advised and given a trespass warning.
There's no ticket. No, so
You're not
gonna give
being
me a
criminally
warning.
cited. No.
Exactly. So this isn't crime. Look, I didn't commit a crime, and you're over here trying to trespass me. You see that?
You're trespassing
No,
because
I'm
they're
not.
asking you to leave.
I know, but just because they're asking me to leave doesn't mean.
My suggestion is you would need to talk to the city manager and the
I
mayor
would
because
like
they
to
said
talk
it.
to your sergeant.
Okay, when we're done here.
No, it's not when we're done. I would like to speak to him before we're done.
No, you can talk. You can walk across the street and ask for a sergeant.
So now you're refusing, as an officer, to call in your sergeant.
So you're unwilling to.
No, I appreciate them doing callbacks to previous videos.
I'm not gonna call them. Okay. But you can call them.
So you're unwilling to commit, or you're unwilling to call.
I'm not unwilling.
Well, if you're unwilling, that means you're willing. If you're not going to call them, that means you're unwilling.
So now you're refusing, as an officer, to call in your sergeant whenever is asked upon.
Central too. Yeah, I am. You can walk right across the street and go talk to the sergeant if you'd like to.
Walk across the street.
Free to copy and name and date of birth?
I'm not going to go search for him. I asked for him to come to me.
Well, you're going to need to leave the property.
So it's not your. So it's not your. So it's not your policy when somebody that you are talking to.
First name Steven, last name Macmiller. MACMILLER.
I'm an American State National. You understand the difference between an American State National?
I don't care whatever imaginary thing you believe in.
Again, the cop is having none of it, and I am here for it. I appreciate this, officer. And actually, I didn't get to read all of it before I saw the end of the video, but I actually do want to read out this police report, because from what little I read from the police report at the tail end of the video is freaking gold.
That's fine, man.
It's not
whatever American thing that says you don't have to follow the rules or whatever. That's cool, man.
It's our sovereignty right that we don't have to abide by mandatory, dictatorial laws.
Yeah, that's what he said. Is this really worth it? Does it cause all this
Well, you know
nonsense?
what's funny is that
863-746.
Was it worth Rosa Parks? Was it worth Rosa
Can you go to
Parks
3?
to be sent to the back of the bus?
You're not Rosa Parks, man.
Okay, that actually kind of pisses me off, because I actually missed it when I first watched this, that he decided to compare himself to fucking Rosa Parks. Seriously, dude? Seriously? Fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm on 3.
Hey, Bob, can you come to the library? There's a sovereign citizen that would like to speak with you.
It'll be a few minutes. I'm in CID in a meeting.
Okay. It's gonna be a few minutes. He's busy.
We'll wait here now.
No, you're gonna go wait on the. When I finish identifying you, you're gonna wait on the sidewalk. You cannot be on the property. You're being trespassed. I'm telling you right now.
Well, I'm waiting to speak to the sergeant.
You can wait on the sidewalk. You cannot wait here.
You can't just kick me out of here.
Yes, I can. I'm gonna kick you, officer. Can I get his OLN and SOC?
Wait, did he just say he's gonna kick him?
You can't just kick me out of here.
Yes, I can. I'm gonna kick you, officer.
Oh, I'm gonna kick you out here.
Can I get his OLN and SOC?
Can you do me a favor and give me your badge number?
863.
And what was your name?
Hold on.
You understand that you'll be held liable for what you're doing, correct?
What are the last 4? He keeps talking over me. Thanks. What's this now? I'm liable for what?
Well, you can be held personally liable for violating my constitutional rights.
Go ahead. By all means, do what you gotta do. But you need to leave the property, sir.
Okay, can I get your name?
Milks, MILKS, and my badge number is 863.
863?
Yes, sir.
And who was the supervisor that...
McCord?
McCord? Do you have any idea what his ID number is?
Yeah, 746.
McCord, okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, you definitely be receiving something in the mail.
That's absolutely fine. I just need you to leave, sir, please.
So this is it? I don't get any paperwork?
No, sir.
Can I get a report number?
I'm not doing a report on this, sir.
You're not doing
Unless you'd like a report. Do you want a report?
Yeah, well, that's what I was asking for. I need a report number.
That's fine.
And I actually asked you to grab their names so I know who they are so I can hold them.
Real quick, guys. I'm just gonna have one. This is my last beer, but I really wanted to have this. I at the beer festival last Saturday. This was far and away my favorite out of the group. It's Double Nickel. It's from Pensacola, New Jersey. Weltgeist best beer. It's a pale lager, and it was fantastic. That was good. Also, kitty. Guys, if you're members, spam the cat emotes. You got them now. use them.
Call the library and get it. I'm not going to give you their information.
Well, they're the ones that are.
That's fine.
They're the ones. So you don't care to identify the people that are.
Not at all.
trying
That's
to
just.
trespass
I'm just a
you?
bad cop that way. 863 Central.
So you're a bad cop that way?
I'm just a bad cop. I do bad investigations. Let me get you a case number and you can get out of here, okay?
Give me a case number. Do you have a business card or anything?
Can I get a case and times? I don't. I'm going to write it on this paper for you because I ran out of business cards.
Okay. Sounds good. Hey. It's your right to record, brother?
Yeah, the new ones. I can smell his beard from here. Mean.
So you're trespassing me off of public place for no crime. And you're agreeing to that?
Yes.
So you understand that's abuse of power, right?
Yep. File the lawsuit. Good.
Again, like I was telling Danny that, well, she told me like he's probably watched all the videos and took all the continuing education. I would say on top of that, he's probably dealt with his fair share in the real world, and he's like, I've heard it all before, man. Sue me. Go for it.
Here you go, sir. It's LCPD 20 and then 225707. My name's Milks 863, and there's a non-emergency number if you have any questions.
You got some shit to scratch, right?
I do. It is an unfortunate thing I've had to deal with.
I've had to deal with that my whole life.
Well, you have a good day, sir. Thanks.
I can't wait to see you in court. Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
Really good fucking check for me. Thank you.
All right. Got your 15 minutes of fame. Is it just Tuesdays or what? I think it's just Tuesdays. Jeez, Louise. All right. Well, he requested a police report. By policy, I have to give him one. Do you mind if I just get your info to say that you're the one that's just because I know that you're the manager of the library, correct?
Yeah.
Library manager. Oh, she's gonna work this. She's gonna. What's your first name?
It's Margaret, M-A-R-G-A-R-E-T.
Can you see the bike that I'm on?
And your last name?
Neil, N-E-I-L-L.
N-E-I-L-L. And what's a good work number for you? Okay.
Or,
Oh, perfect. I'm just going to put all of this as your information because when he requests the report, I don't want your personal information in there.
nobody needs to know how old I am.
You or me. So, just so I got it straight.
Sure, of course.
Kind of the same thing he was with me. I'm sure he didn't have a mask. You asked him, can you please put one on?
Yeah, we offered him one.
You're the first one that asked.
We offered him. We did give him.
You even offered him.
Yeah. We can keep him.
Okay.
We can get to one.
And you guys can't see it because my camera's blocking it, but there is like a little sign right next to this lady in the flannel that says masks are required. So it's not like he didn't know going in.
Saying that I don't have to follow.
Yeah, the American nationalist.
Yeah, sovereign citizen
yeah,
stuff.
all that nonsense. Okay.
Even the librarians are well aware of who they are.
Apparently, because I don't sue people all the time on my own recognizance, which I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know the law.
Oh, well.
I did also give them alternatives, for not wearing a mask like we do for all of our patrons if they refuse.
Let me, I ran out of criminal trespass cards on my person. Let me grab you one.
It's been a week, huh?
Yeah, it's been a while. I'll fill one out and I'll bring it back.
Okay.
Even if I gotta run across the street, I might need to get another one.
Okay.
But I'll fill it out and come back. But I think he left. He didn't even want to wait for the sergeant, so I think.
No, he has to upload that.
Yeah, that's got to get there real quick.
Hello.
Get on YouTube real quick. So,
Yeah.
well, I guess we'll see each other in court if I don't see you when I
That's
drop
right,
off the
yeah.
trespass card. So, all right.
Hey, Bubble Cap. Thank you for being a member for 2 months. I continue to enjoy the respite you provide. I do miss some of the old days. Remember the command, take it. I do remember that. Those are some good times.
863-746.
Go ahead.
Channel 3.
I'm on 3.
Hey, so he left. I guess he's gonna send us something in the mail, or we'll see him in court when he sues.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Are you gonna be in your office?
I will be there in about 10 seconds.
10-4.
Paperwork for days.
Well, what a shitty police officer. I don't even know the fucking trespass. Alright. Stop. Don't hit that car.
All right, so here's the police report. All right, so on January 18th, I was working as the crisis intervention coordinator for the Las Cruces Police Department when I was dispatched to 200 East Picacho for trespassing. Miss Margaret Neal called about Mr. Stephen McMiller, who was refusing to wear a face covering in the library. Per governor's order, face coverings all business requiring face covers for all businesses. When I arrived on scene, I could see Mr. McMiller, Miss Neal, and a security guard all standing by the computer section. Introduced myself. Mr. McMiller told me he just wanted to print out some pages, and the staff was not letting him. Explain to Mr. McMiller that he needed to wear the face covering, and he told me he is an American something that basically means he does not have to follow laws. I dismissed his claim and felt that arguing legality with Mr. McMiller would be pointless. He was recording on a camera and seemed to have his sovereign speech already rehearsed. So I took a stern approach and asked Mr. McMiller to either put on a face covering or leave the library. He continuously refused to put on the face covering, so I told him he could either leave or be arrested for trespassing. He wanted a supervisor, but I wanted him out of the library. In the case the confrontation turned physical, I wanted to be outside. Mr. McMiller he felt threatened and walked through the front door, refused to go further. I identified Mr. McMiller and checked him for warrants. I wanted to ensure I was completely done with him before making him leave the property. Thank you, Thomas. I believe Mr. McMiller got upset when he realized that I was not going to give him the response he wanted, and he walked off. He told me that he would sue me and that I should wait to expect something in the mail. I waited as Mr. McMiller walked off before going inside to interview Miss Neal. So basically, the cop had his number. He knew what he was about and didn't give it to him, and he just stormed off. Thank you, Triggered Limey, for the £5 super chat. Also, thank you, Persnickety, for the 4 months. Not a valid reports in all caps. True. You know, he'll completely dismiss this entire thing because it's in all caps. Shout out to Real World Police. Finally. All right, last one. I thought I was going to skip it, but I still got the rest of this voice. Vice. How do you pronounce it? Is there any Germans in the chat? Weltgeist, best beer. I know. The W's in German like are pronounced like a V, right? So Weltgeist, best beer. I don't know. Whatever. Well, we're gonna go to Code Blue Cam. Actually, I don't even know. Is this part of the lore? Is this added into the lore of Wisconsin?
On April 13th, 2020.
Racine, Wisconsin. So, not the lore of lacrosse, but the lore of Wisconsin in general.
An officer conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle after noticing
Thank you for the $4.99 super chat, MB.
With an active warrant in Racine, Wisconsin.
Shut up, Alpha.
Anyone get in there?
401, we are going southbound, passing 13th.
Copy, Swiss, hold here.
We are still rolling slow. Looks like we're stopping in the 1200 block now.
Milwaukee area.
Copy, stopping in the 1200 block. 22 on K-Star Highway as well.
If there's a K9 working, I'll take one.
The driver of the vehicle was identified as 53-year-old McCoy Jones. The officer approached the vehicle and immediately asked McCoy to exit because he was under arrest.
82, my driver is McCoy Jones, I believe. Something similar to that. He should have some 99s. Can you run him out?
What the hell is that truck doing revving his engine like that? Kind of weird.
Driver's got 99.
The female passenger, later identified as 31-year-old Ashley Hawley, appeared agitated and said he was not.
Mr. Jones, please step out the car. You're under arrest. Step out the car.
No, he's not. Stop playing.
Step out the car.
Why?
Stay in the car.
Okay, stay.
Relax, stay in the car.
Okay, I'm getting out of the car, yo.
All right, put your hands behind your back, sir. Put your hands behind your back.
I don't know.
You have a warrant for your arrest.
Why?
Well, we have 195. We don't need any 39.
After McCoy was escorted away, Ashley aggressively exited the vehicle, removed her jacket, and sprinted at the officer.
Wait, where's my... I can't even... Why can't I not talk here in the live chat? What the fuck? Anyway, it's spelled WELTGEIST. Like welt.
Really? Are you guys fucking kidding me? You guys
Stay in the car. Stay in the car.
Do something.
Stay in the car.
Okay, so bad idea is to aggressively get out of the car and take off your jacket like you're about to fight the officers. Bad idea, G.
You guys fucking kidding me? You guys
Stay in the car. Stay in the car.
Do something.
Stay in the car. Stay in the car.
Really?
Stay in the car. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Are you fucking kidding me? Y'all some bitches! I swear to fucking God!
Stop resisting!
I hate you bitches!
Stop resisting!
I hate you!
When the officer attempted to direct Ashley's arm behind her back, she allegedly bit his hand.
Oh, you're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss it with my camera, so I'm gonna turn it off real quick. There.
Put your hands behind your back!
And right there. She just bit his hand.
To direct Ashley's arm behind her back, she allegedly bit his hand.
So I could do the playback speed.
Put your hands behind...
Right there. She bit his hand. Right there.
Your back.
She's biting. She's biting.
Put your hands behind your back!
No! Stop resisting!
Stop resisting!
Stop resisting!
I'm sorry!
Stop resisting!
Hands behind your back! Sorry!
She bit me.
I'm sorry! Oh, I'm peeing! Oh my God! Please! Please, you're hurting
I got it.
me! Please!
401, I got 295. Everyone's slowing down. She bit me.
Oh my God! Cause you wouldn't let me go!
Just stop resisting.
I didn't do nothing!
All right, you fucking...
I didn't do nothing. You were aggressively looking like you were ready to fight an officer, lady.
Bit me. If you got a female.
And then you bit him. You bit him.
You arrested me for nothing. You arrested me for nothing.
You can't get out the car.
I have anxiety.
I don't care.
Bitch, I have anxiety. It doesn't cost me to want to fight an officer and bite people. What the fuck?
I'm gonna back away from this. Right?
Hey, I was taking you to the hospital, man. Hey, I was
Fucking bit me.
I'm sorry, bro. I was taking you to the hospital, man.
Okay, so you don't get to bite people.
My chest is hurting, bro.
I was going to.
We're gonna roll you over onto your side, okay?
Hold on, let me double check the cuffs. My baby didn't do shit. Are you fucking kidding me?
Here on the street isn't the time.
Hold on, the cuff is. You motherfucker!
He is trying to adjust it, but by pulling on it, it's only making it worse.
You were pulling on it.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you were.
Ma'am.
And you fucked my face. Y'all going down.
Okay.
Cause I ain't got shit on me, and y'all did this to me.
Don't resist.
I ain't got shit on me.
Don't resist. All right, you can roll him right there. All right. Roll you over.
Baby,
Just
I
sit down.
need you home.
Just stay seated.
Baby, please, I need you home.
Go do that. Go home.
Baby, please. Baby, I told you. I wanted you home with me. I need you.
Okay, baby.
He did already.
Baby, they fucked my face up. They're pieces of shit.
Stay seated.
What am I sitting for?
So we're waiting for a female
To do what?
to come search you.
Why are they blurring up? I guess because they probably put her on the ground. They probably put her face on the ground after she bit. So that might be they're covering up the injury. So she probably got cut on the sidewalk. That's probably why they're blurring up that side of the face.
I have shit on me, nothing.
What is your name?
None of your fucking business. Find my ID, bitch.
Ready? Yeah. Go ahead, stand up.
Fucking kicking me and kneeing me. Y'all some cocksucking motherfucking bitches. I swear to God.
All right, separate your feet. This officer's gonna search you.
Yeah, I pissed on myself, bitch. Rub that.
Okay, look, I don't. I may be out of the loop, but it's really, really tough to act all hard when you just admitted that you pissed yourself. I don't know, but it's like trying to act all hard when you're slurping slurping a drink through a straw. You know what I mean? It's not gonna work.
Rub it.
Are you gonna
Come
behave?
on. Come on. Bitch, I ain't got shit on me. Fuck out my hair, bitch.
They discovered a needle inside her jacket and a crack pipe under her seat in the car.
Well, that's not surprising.
Hey guys, watch out, needle cap.
Is there a needle on you?
No.
She has track marks too.
There's what? What did she say? I ain't got nothing on me.
I have to check.
No paraphernalia, nothing.
No. What the fuck is that all about?
Separate your feet.
You like that, bitch? I should piss in your face.
Okay, lady. The cops ain't asking for that. I know some folks probably ask for that on Friday nights, but that's they don't want it, not even for free.
Officers escorted her to the transport vehicle, but she refused to enter.
Now what? For what?
At the
For
very
what?
least, resisting.
So what? I get out? So what am I going? Look what you did to me.
I would say assaulting an officer also on top of resisting.
My face, baby! They busted my face.
Step up. Step up for me.
No, fuck that. I ain't going. Y'all busted my fucking face. I want to talk to some sergeant.
I'll get the sergeant for you, but you're going in the van.
I ain't going in until the sergeant comes. Nope. Nope. Put me on the motherfucking ground.
I'm gonna assist you in if you don't.
No, I'm not.
Yes.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You guys already need me really fucking hard. Ah! You motherfuckers! I hate you pieces of shit! Get off me, you bitch ass motherfucker!
Oh my god. Please, just shut the doors. That sigh says everything.
Fucker!
You break the skin?
Yeah.
We get a rescue here then? If she broke the skin and she's a user?
I'll drive myself.
Yeah, if she broke the skin as a user, dude, I hope to God you got yourself checked.
I get it cleaned like immediately by rescue.
Okay, then yeah, I guess.
81 dispatch.
Are you 201?
I'm good. I just got bit and I got a little wound, so he's gonna take photos. You got bit? Yeah. When I took him into custody with Kaz, she jumps out and runs at us. So we decentralized on the ground. We won't put her hands behind her back. So then I took her right hand that was by her face, and then she bit me. Okay. She's got a wound to her forehead, and we got to search the car. There's a needle cap on her jacket, so who knows what's inside.
I want to talk to you once you're done. She wants to talk to you once you're done. She wants to talk in her like that.
Eventually.
And he's got.
God, you could hear in the background like a goddamn velociraptor.
At work. That's why I stopped him. So,
Can I talk to the Sarge, please? Right here. Sarge, I didn't get no problem. You said have
you got a warrant.
Warrant for order protection. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I didn't give you no problem. I was taken to the hospital. All right.
What's your question?
My nephew came to my car, man.
Huh?
I take it home. My nephew.
This is not registered to you. It's not your car.
It is my car.
No, it's not.
It is my car. They know it's my car.
It's not registered.
But it's my car.
Let me talk to these officers. I don't want an argument out here. We're going to put you in our wagon, okay?
It's my wife's name, but it's my car. The officer
What's your wife's name?
She already knows my car. My family knows.
Give me a chance to get
Give me a chance. Okay? Don't turn it over to her, man. Give me a chance. Officer, don't turn it over to her.
There's a pipe right here. Right there on the inside.
Meanwhile, the dude with the warrant is being pretty calm and chill and understanding about the whole thing.
See it? The black end of it?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you want to take a picture of it right
Oh, is that? Oh, God, did they find the needle?
there where it's at.
Well, I just moved it a little bit so it's more visible because there's also a baggie next to it.
Yep, there it is.
There's a crack pipe in there with a little baggie next to it.
Where's that?
Oh, it's a pipe.
I just pulled it out to make it a little bit more visible.
Is there anything in the bag? Oh no, it looks like it's gone.
Designer's name, McCoy Jones.
Yeah, McCoy Jones is designer.
What's her name? Ashley what?
Holly.
Shocking, it's gonna be you. You alright though?
Yeah, I'm good.
Taking a picture of the bite wound. Jesus. Danny was saying, I hope you got checked for rabies. You know what I mean?
The officer that was bit by Ashley was taken to the ER and received medical attention for his laceration.
Damn, she bit hard then. If she actually cut him, damn.
What else?
That's it.
Just you?
And then she has injury. If you need a photo of that. Oh, crack pipe and bag of drugs next to it underneath the passenger floorboard on the back side.
I'll get her first.
I got bit by her right here.
All right. Okay. You had a tetanus shot lately?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, you got your tetanus shot? You up? Jesus.
I mean, that was a bite. I mean, what do you want us to do for it?
Just
That's
clean
not
it.
bad at all. I mean,
Okay. I guess. I don't know. I got to have it documented for the charges.
Yeah.
Hey, gentlemen. Hey, you checking out the female half?
Yeah.
Just be careful. She's got track marks and needle cap on her.
You wiggle everything all right? Everything moves all right?
Yeah.
Give it a nice squeeze?
Yep.
I feel like
Nothing
right.
wrong.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you got a tetanus shot and everything, that's not
I'll
bad.
probably just get a document at the hospital, then I can charge her
I
out
would
with
certainly keep cleaning it throughout the night, next 12 hours, because people's mouths are gross.
Yep.
You know,
I hear.
right? So.
Filthy.
Thank you.
That's exactly true.
Nothing else besides the crack pipe? Anderson's and a photographer will collect it. We're going to legally park the car, then they'll both go to county.
Do you want me to do this up since I found it?
You can type a SUP underneath my traffic stop, yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll be doing a sub for the use of force.
Yep, and there's a separate complaint for the battery law enforcement, and according to Commissar Kaz is doing that incident report. I'll do a sub under that. So do a sub and then just paste it to both reports, I guess. If that makes any sense.
Well, I'll write the report under the battery to law enforcement.
Okay.
And then I'll cross-reference the other traffic stop.
Okay.
Ryan, they're gonna check her out. She's got some scratches on her head from being decentralized. Miss Holly?
What?
Rescue's here. They're gonna look at your scratches on your head, okay? Well, you gotta stay right here, okay?
And they need me in my ribs. I'll need to go to the hospital. Yep, you guys are going down. I get you, but you need the shit out of me.
Well, thank you for the confession. The fucking voluntary. They didn't even ask her. They didn't even say anything. She voluntarily admitted that she bit the officer.
My ribs are fractured.
So now the act is on camera and a confession.
They busted my face. They busted it. They smashed it into the ground. Cleaned up?
Lady, they didn't smash your face until you bit him.
What's going on? And they need me so hard, they made me piss on myself.
I'm sorry, what's your first name, ma'am?
Ashley.
Ashley? I'm gonna take some photographs of you, okay?
Why?
Documentation.
Okay, but you already took pictures of his arm. What the hell do you need more from me?
It's all part of the same thing, ma'am. All right?
Okay, so that little bite causes this? Really? And now I go to jail for what you guys did to me? I said I had anxiety. I told you guys I can't sit down.
That's the fucking lamest, stupidest, illogical excuse I've ever heard. I have anxiety, which means I can't sit down, which means you just couldn't help yourself and decided you wanted to fight the cops because you got anxiety. What the f?
Freak the fuck out.
Ready? What's your name, please?
I can't go down. I have anxiety.
What's your address, Ashley?
I did 2 years in Racine County. I can't do this
Is
shit,
this your
man.
current
I have
address
anxiety.
that's on your ID, Ashley?
Yep.
Yes?
Yeah, can I please talk to you, Sergeant, please?
I'll get him over here. I let him know. Step down.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh. Where's my purse? Or my jacket? Oh my god. Crazy. I hate police. I never really fuck with you guys like that. It has nothing
Keep this
to
in
do
right
with-
here for me.
I don't like. Come on, dude. You're squeezing the shit out of me.
I'm not.
Yes, it's tight. You don't see how tight that is? Like, seriously, I hate you guys.
We're going to this both sides.
You guys
Yeah, we're gonna
don't
go both
see
sides.
Shit.
Take your
Like
leg
all
up.
you guys care about is yourselves. This is tight. Can you loosen
I
this
will.
one?
Just relax. It's not tight. Keep your wrist like that.
Yeah, but it hurts. It's not fair.
I ain't never seen a passenger jump out the car like that, dude. Normally they command, they
By the
listen.
time I got here, you were already on the ground
Thanks,
fighting.
brother.
We pulled
tell
him
you
out
what.
and she was fine, and then we handcuffed him and we brought him back, and as we were bringing him back, she jumped out and started running at us. So I'm stuck with him, and then Lacombe starts fighting with her, and then at that point I had said squads can slow it down because we had him 95, but then she started fighting again.
McCoy was charged with misdemeanor bail jumping and violating a restraining order.
I'll help you a little bit. Take your time.
Verify. Go ahead and take a seat on the right-hand side. Why didn't you guys stop right away? Why didn't you pull over right away? Huh? I turned my sirens and lights on in the 1500 block of South Memorial. You didn't stop till the 1200 block. You drove 3 blocks.
You pulled over to the right.
Yeah, but you drove 3 blocks.
Okay, what you trying to say?
I'm not trying to say anything. I'm just curious.
Come on, man. I pulled over, man.
Sure, that's 3 blocks later. Yeah.
Well, I had to pull over to the right, bro. I'm not missing the car.
I'm gonna have you tilt your head up.
I was in left lane.
All right.
Come on, man, whatever, man.
I'm not adding anything.
I'm not trying to.
Mr. McCoy, I'm being real with you. I'm just curious, bro. I'm not giving you any charges besides this, all right? There's no secrets about. I am just personally curious. And if you don't want to answer, don't.
No, I answered it.
Okay. I was just curious, man. I'm really just honest. Wanted to know.
3 blocks later, I was in the left lane.
And if your girl didn't act the way she was, she would be on her way right now with the vehicle. But she acted a little crazy for no reason.
Yeah, but see, I know, but I guess she told me she needed me. She do need me. She was
Sure, but you can't fight with police because your boyfriend's getting arrested. And I can't help that you have a warrant either.
I got 2 dogs.
Ashley was charged with felony counts of battery threat to an officer and resisting an officer causing injury, misdemeanor counts of disorderly conduct, possession of drug paraphernalia, and resisting. She ultimately pleaded guilty to battery threat to an officer, resisting, and possession of drug paraphernalia. All other charges were dismissed. Ashley was sentenced to 2.5 years of probation. If she's revoked from probation, she will serve 2 years and 3 months of prison, followed by 2 years of extended supervision. Do you enjoy our content and want to see more? Join the Code Blue Camp.
I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. But I mean, you could say, "Oh no, she only got probation," but let's be real. She's going to violate that probation faster than Kim Blandino. Okay, so she's probably going to go back in jail real soon. Meanwhile, Twitch drama continuing on for the 3rd straight day. Yeah, I don't care about that. Yeah, you guys ain't about that life. I haven't heard anything new on the Moors, actually. Other than, new court dates and whatnot. I am not really interested in dealing with Alex Jones. He's an ass clown. Everybody knows it. So why bother? We all know that he's going to get a massive sentence, or not, a massive liability judgment. And it's going to be well over the statutory limitations, statutory limits. It is what it is. I need to find something quick. I got about a quarter left in the tank. I think of what a quick video. Have I seen anything about the Pike County murders? I know of them. I haven't really seen much of anything on those though. All right. Popo Medic. I haven't seen this video, so let's end it on the Navy SEAL serial killer, because I haven't heard about this.
Saturday, May 25th, 2002. A former Navy SEAL, dishonorably discharged for insubordination and a history of going AWOL, turned to a life of crime with his toxic and equally psychotic wife. And together, the couple
partners in crime. Wait, they robbed the Hooters? Really?
burglarized local businesses, internationally smuggled narcotics, and went on a demented rampage to fuel an adrenaline addiction that was quickly
Ocean City, Maryland,
spiraling out of control until inevitably graduating to murder.
I went through Buds with a sociopath. The honor man of my Buds class is still in jail for chopping people up and then disposing of their bodies with his wife.
Really?
Yeah.
Typical Popo Medic fashion, fucking synthwave, deep bass. I love it.
In 1996, 19-year-old high school swim champion Benjamin Seaford enlists in the United States Navy with his sights set on becoming a special operator under one of the world's most elite fighting forces, the Navy SEALs. And after attending basic training, Seifert attended basic underwater demolition
Buds.
and absolutely crushed it, and was even dubbed by his instructors as one of the fastest and strongest students in the program. And after 6 hellish months, Seifert completed Buds and graduated with Class 212 in 1997, and even received the class's highest graduation honor, and was given the nod as the class's honor man. Shortly after completing Buds, Seifert...
So basically he was like the valedictorian of his SEAL class. That's wild.
Like most team guys, celebrated hard, and one party in particular would vastly alter the trajectory of his life after hooking up with 19-year-old Erica Grace. And just like him, Erica was ambitious, athletic, and all about show. The former collegiate basketball player and the Navy SEAL became inseparable, absolutely fueling each other's egos. Erica, in her social life, would often boast about her Navy SEAL boyfriend, and Ben thrived in Erica's godlike perception she held for him. The two narcissists found validation in one another. And after just a few weeks of dating, the two eloped and got married at the Silver Bells Chapel in Las Vegas. And shortly after, having become all consumed by Erica, Ben began to disassociate himself from the teams. He no longer gave a shit about the Navy, and all he wanted to do was spend time with Erica. And not even a few weeks after their marriage, Ben Seifert was court-martialed and dishonorably discharged from the Navy in 1998.
Holy shit.
For reasons such as
So that's a fucking wild and quick downward spiral. From graduating top of your class to being dishonorably discharged in less than a year.
Subordination and reportedly going AWOL on multiple occasions. And by his peers, he was deemed mentally unstable. And instead of taking a step back and rethinking her relationship with Ben, Erica fully embraced and even celebrated Ben's darker side, and she began to egg him on. After Ben's discharge, the two felt liberated and moved to Erica's hometown of Altoona, Pennsylvania, where Erica started her own business, opening a local scrapbooking store. Who the fuck opens a scrap?
Scrapbooking? What the fuck? Now you know that she's a sociopath.
Scrapbooking store. Fucking lock her up after.
I know, right? Red flags. Red flags. When you fucking open up your own scrapbooking store, you know they're psychopathic.
Committing the disturbing crime of scrapbooking, the couple turned to petty crime, setting up an eBay store full of stolen merchandise and promotional items from restaurants the two had burglarized. And many of the items were bizarrely from Hooters. And the couple reportedly earned close to $3,000 a week fencing stolen goods on eBay. The money earned through the store was used to finance the couple's bad habits, from bar hopping to the use of narcotics, which the couple would obtain and smuggle back to the United States from South America. And when they were back stateside, it was...
So we're already fencing stolen goods and now drug trafficking. Fucking hell.
Back to burglaries, doing whatever they could to get a dose of adrenaline, including Ben's obsession with purposefully trying to get pulled over just to attempt to evade police.
What?
Reportedly doing things such as driving upwards of 150 miles per hour, initiating full-blown police pursuits, of which he always escaped. And Erica became manic, impulsively buying jewelry, pet snakes, and strangely growing OCD over her eccentric Hooters memorabilia. Erica's friends even grew concerned, as Erica became unrecognizable, and the debauchery and mayhem, which defined the Seiferts' relationship, began to peak. Instead of breaking into the restaurants late at night, the couple began to arm themselves and hit the chains earlier in the day, minutes after closing time, pushing the envelope, almost looking for a potential robbery situation. And inch by inch, the Seiferts were on a warpath to get their kicks off.
I mean, I guess this is like when you're straight up addicted to dopamine. I mean, yeah.
Some artificially induced violence. In 2002, the Seiferts rented a condo in Ocean City, Maryland, with full intentions of graduating to murder. The two would spend the afternoons at the beach day drinking, and the nights at the bars and the clubs, while attempting to find their victims. And on May 24th, the Seiferts failed to produce the exact change needed for the bus ride. Nearby passengers and couple Joshua Ford and Martha Crutchley covered the fare. The couples hit it off and made plans to meet up and go out later that night.
Oh God,
Around
no.
11 p.m. the night of the 24th, the couples made their way to Secrets nightclub.
I got love, love. I got love, love. I got love, love. I got love.
Joshua Ford and Ben bonded over the military, as Martha Crutchley and Erica gossiped over shots of tequila. And after last call, the Sovcits invited the couple back to their condo at the Rainbow. They continued the party, rolled spliffs in the hot tub, and everything was cool.
Demonetized.
Until Erica, out of nowhere, snapped, claiming that her purse was missing from inside the condo, placing the blame on Joshua and Martha. Ben pulled out a .357 Magnum and demanded that they give back the purse, at which point the petrified couple retreated into the bathroom, locking the door behind. Erica picked up the phone and dialed 911, informing dispatchers of some type of burglary scenario.
Mr. 911, do you have an emergency?
Yes, I have an emergency at my apartment. There are people in my house who I don't know, and my purse is suddenly missing, and I'm afraid I'm going to have a robbery here.
Okay, people in your apartment at this time?
Yes.
I'll connect you to the police. Stay on the line.
Hey.
What?
I'm upstairs in a bedroom where they don't know where I am.
Okay, I'll connect you to the police.
But before disclosing her address, Erica disconnected the line. And exactly what happened next is only known to Ben and Erica Seifert. But what is known is that Joshua Ford was shot through the bathroom door, and several more shots rang out after Ben kicked down the door altogether. And Joshua Ford and Martha Crutchley were never seen again.
Holy shit. I had no idea about any of that.
The successful insurance executive and mortgage broker were both reported missing by their coworkers back in Virginia. Detectives from Ocean City Police Department jumped on the case and began pursuing leads from witnesses at Secrets nightclub. Meanwhile, the Sovcits conferred and evaluated their performance of what they did right and what they did wrong, such as the bogus 911 call to transmit a fake self-defense alibi. And eager to do it all over again, the couple was on damage control, covering their tracks, sterilizing the crime scene, and replacing the bullet-ridden bathroom door. And in order to remove the bodies from the high-rise condo, the psychotic couple turned to the barbaric practices of dismemberment. The Sovcits set out to find their next victims, sticking to the same plan. While wearing Joshua Ford's ring around her neck, Ben and Erica found their next victims, couple Melissa Sealing and Justin Todwright. They lured the couple back to the Rainbow and fired up the hot tub. However, Sealing and Todwright left the condo before Erica tried to play another sadistic game of who stole my purse, after realizing that something was wildly off about Ben and Erica. By morning, the Ocean City Police Department, on the search for the missing Virginia couple, posted flyers all over town, leaving Ben and Erica
Yeah, I'm surprised Netflix hasn't picked this shit up. What the fuck?
with serious heat and no other options but to get out of town. They hit Secrets nightclub one last time before hitting a Hooters on the way out of town and tripping a silent alarm. Ben played it cool and kept his mouth shut. Erica, however, lashed out at officers, demanding that they open her purse and give her a Xanax. The officers obliged and discovered 5 casings of 38, as well as 2 Virginia driver's licenses for a Joshua Ford and a Martha Crutchley.
What the fuck? Way to fail! Fail! jail!
Detectives were notified, and officers were informed to get to the couple's rental condo at the Rainbow in the event the Sovcits were holding Joshua and Martha hostage. And under exigent circumstances, officers booted the door, and inside the rental, police found suspicious items within. The condo was secured as a crime scene, and the Sovcits were brought in for questioning. Presented with the evidence.
Did she also have an Israeli passport? No, I don't think she had an Israelite passport.
Erica made a cold confession, claiming that Ben committed the murders and that she was simply in fear for her life due to the fact that her husband had Navy SEAL friends.
Ooh! Ooh, she threw him under the butt! Well, guess what? That's what happens when you're a narcissist married to another narcissist.
Ben, on the other hand, claimed that he was sleeping in the couple's Jeep, and when he returned upstairs, he witnessed the crime scene and felt as though he had no choice but to help Erica out of the situation. Both partners flipped and continued to throw each other under the bus.
So fucking typical.
And at the crime scene, investigators demoed the bathroom vanity and found blood in the tile grout. Samples were taken and examined and determined to be a DNA hit on both victims. In June of 2002, a grand jury handed down a 13-count indictment against both Benjamin and Erica Sovcits, and the case became a media spectacle. The noble seal and the seemingly good girl shocked the world with the brutality of their crimes. On June 11th of 2002, Erica Sovcits was convicted and sentenced to life in prison plus 20 years. On April 9th, 2003, Ben Sovcits was convicted and sentenced to 38 years in prison. And in April of this year, Ben applied for and was denied parole and has a mandatory release date of 2030. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that subscribe.
Holy shit, that's a wild one. Yeah, I'm so glad we ended on a high note, guys. We ended on a very wholesome note of psychotic Navy SEAL dropout going on a rampage. I mean, you know, you can't get any more wholesome than that, right?
So this in here is Kitty Nip. And as you can see, she likes it very much. So let's go check it out. Come on, buddy. That's my hand. Wait.
Kitty cocaine. Oh my God.
Let go. It's right here. It's right here. It's right there. It's right there. It's right there. Get it. It's right there. Get off of me. Right here. Would you look? It's right there. Oh, there we go. You happy? You feel better?
Like, aw, it's like watching an adorable crackhead on a bender.
So this.
Oh yeah. Back up. Put the gun down. Back up. Put the gun down. Back up.
What'd she do?
Back up. You got. Oh yeah. Back up. Put the gun.
What the fuck did she just do? Did she just like pop a tear gas right in front of him? I don't know.
My friend. Symphony all up.
Oh no. Fuck. You dumbass. Bruh. Yeah, I imagine you're supposed to run, get your fucking hands away from there the moment you let go.
Look. Kitty, kitty.
motherfuckers on the side of the road. You're gonna get killed for sure.
Look at this, look at this.
Someone just, oh no, it's a whole, oh my gosh. I can't take you off. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, there's more. We got a kitten problem. And I'm not able to, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Who would do this? Ah, there's more. I thought I'd save him one. Hot diggity dog. Look.
Aww.
They sent in.
Honestly, some of these things are fucking shit. But anyway, moving on. All right, you guys got some kitties. There you go. We're gonna end it there. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good night. I was originally planning on doing a stream tomorrow. I actually do want to do a live stream on the lady who faked her kidnapping. She was recently sentenced a couple days ago, and they recently posted her interrogation. So I was going to actually put together some videos of the original stories, and then how the stories kind of fell apart leading up to the eventual charges and the interrogation of what happened to this lady. So I was going to actually do that. I think it'd be a fascinating story because I actually don't remember that. Apparently this thing happened in 2016 and turned into a media sensation, but I'm very curious about it. The interrogation looks pretty solid. Honestly, I feel bad for the husband at the end of the day because he believed her right up until the end, but you'll have to see it. That's the plan for tomorrow. But thanks, guys. The boys are looking at me now. They want their evening snack, so I gotta do it. Right, Archer? Fuck you. All right. Good night, guys. Take care. Bye.
You got 1 second.